We as fans are constantly being attacked by individuals that are part of the mainstream, like journalists or game developers or directors, simply because they think we have the wrong opinions about their products. And now, because the Acolyte has blown up and for all the wrong reasons, it's getting absolutely destroyed on social media by Star Wars fans, an IGN writer has claimed we hate black people simply because we don't like this one show. I have a few different things to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, follow me on social media, and consider supporting through Patreon or through YouTube memberships. Now, obviously, Lucasfilm and Disney have been churning out Star Wars products, and yes, a lot of us have fallen off the Star Wars bandwagon. I absolutely used to love the franchise, and I still do love a lot of the older works, don't get me wrong, but most of the recent content they've been releasing has just been really mediocre, and Disney in general has just been pumping out really bad products, and Acolyte does not seem like it's going to be any different. They've marketed it as a diverse and female-centric product, and while I love seeing strong females as lead characters in projects like this one just doesn't seem to really be capturing my interest and capturing most Star Wars fans' interest. But now, instead of just accepting the fact that we do not like the look of the show, the media is trying to call us racists for that. It says an IGN writer, Isaiah Colbert, took a swing at Star Wars fans claiming they hate black people following the Acolyte trailer receiving a massive amount of dislikes upon its release. Now, as you can see, as I am making this video, it is currently sitting at 8.8 million views, 176,000 likes, and 489,000 dislikes, so right under that 500k mark, which is insane. I have not seen an amount of dislikes like this in a very long time. People really are not happy with what we've seen, and I have to agree, the music just doesn't really fit. As you can see, the choreography in this fight scene right here is just really bad. It just doesn't look like Star Wars. It just looks like some low budget project. And of course you have, the strong independent female characters who don't need any men. And, we have these ominous shots and she's looking into the distance and she's thinking to herself, how can I fuck up Star Wars even more? I'm just not really a fan of what we've seen of the Acolyte so far, and I've been someone who's been criticizing it, and instead of just accepting that I don't like the look of it, I and all of you now are being called racists for it. He tweeted, Star Wars fans want the same trove of derivative storytelling that Lucasfilm always doles out instead of original narratives. Also, they hate black people. Yes, we want Lucasfilm to go back to their roots. We want Lucasfilm to see the content that we used to like and start making that again, but they haven't been doing that. And yes, original narratives are good. I want to see also original narratives, new characters occasionally, but I don't want them to churn out Acolyte, Mandalorian, all of these shows that have vastly different characters and then release maybe 1 or 2 seasons and drop it. Like The Mandalorian, they've really been banking on it, but they kind of killed that for a lot of people because they fired Gina Carano and they really, really started focusing just on Baby Yoda instead of the overarching theme of like what's going on with the Jedi and how is Luke rebuilding the Order at this point in time. And narrative decisions that they've made just have not been very good. Then of course you add in the girl boss and the forced diversity, and it's just not what people want to see. And it's not that we hate black people. We are allowed to criticize projects that have black people. It's just as simple as that. I'm not looking at this going, oh no, a black lead, I'm gonna dislike this. And most people are not. Most people are just saying it does not look good and it happens to feature a black lead, but instead they're just calling us racists. And as the article highlights, the top comments on the YouTube trailer say nothing about this lead character or her skin color or really talking about any of the characters, what do you see? The comment section getting turned off. Plot twist, this series is a Star Wars Jedi training simulator in the Matrix. Your eyes could deceive you. You must not trust them. Dang, seconds into the trailer and they're already gaslighting. There's nothing here talking about how they hate the lead character. Isaiah here is just simply using the dislikes as a measure instead of looking at the comments and listening to the overall commentary of Star Wars fans and trying to really figure out why people are not a big fan of this trailer and probably not going to be a big fan of the show in totality. And while Isaiah here is bringing up race and us fans are not, the media also has been leaning pretty heavily on the fact that this show features a black female lead. We have seen several articles released like this. The Acolyte's Amanda Stenberg on joining Star Wars' most diverse project for black nerds. It's my dream come true. You see the progress that Star Wars is making across the board in all of the streaming series. When it comes to the world of fantasy and sci-fi in general, it hasn't felt like a safe space always for people of color, and it's been a world that I've deeply loved and been invested in. So to be in any way, shape, or form a part of the wave that is ushering in inclusion and safety for black nerds, it's my dream come true. Star Wars has always been diverse, okay? Star Wars has featured plenty of black characters, but also Star Wars has just been a very diverse franchise in totality. They are just yapping, okay? That is all that she is doing, is she is taking the script that Lucasfilm is giving her and she's trying to push it. And of course, when this show comes out and it faces backlash and people say, I just simply did not like this show for what it was, they're going to call us racists and sexist and all of these different things because they've just look at this playbook and use it over and over. It's the same thing that happened with the Obi-Wan Kenobi series because of Reva. We didn't like the series. A lot of people were pretty underwhelmed with Reva and did not like the narrative direction they went in with her. But instead of simply saying, okay, people don't like it, they called us racists for criticizing it. And she actually came out weeks before that show release and said that Lucasfilm prepped her for racist backlash and all of these different things, which of course just shows that they were always planning to use that card, which I'm sure they're also going to do with the Acolyte. I wanted the Acolyte to be decent. I mean, I was very skeptical as soon as they said it was a very female-centric product, but I don't want things to release and have them be bad. I want them to come out, I want them to be good, and I want them to be enjoyable. And there might be people who will enjoy the Acolyte, but judging by these first teasers and trailers, and just judging by the way the media is trying to market this series, I don't think a lot of people are going to love it. I think that it is going to continue to face backlash, and there are 489,000 people who were not big fans of the trailer and who will probably not end up watching this series that allegedly has cost them a pretty chunk of change. I mean, obviously, when it comes to Hollywood, they are willing to dump tons of money into shows, but it apparently has a $70 million budget, which is definitely on the higher end, especially for the Star Wars series. So we'll have to keep an eye on the Acolyte as it's leading up to release. It doesn't release until June 4th, so we're going to get a lot more trailers, and of course, I'm sure that there will be a lot more backlash surrounding it, but only time will tell. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.